Alright, let's make sure we're all set up properly. We get the music down a little bit. What is up? Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, wherever you are. What's up to everyone in the chat? Let me know where you're watching from today. It's going to be a quick live stream today, guys, because it's actually my friend's birthday. And I'm meant to be going out in like an hour and a half. But I wanted to speak with you guys first. Give you a little bit of reassurance, kind of like let you guys see what I'm seeing. I'm a little bit tired today because I went to sleep at 6 a.m. and I had about 5 hours sleep, right? And it's, I don't know what time it is here, like 2 o'clock now. So I haven't had the best sleep, guys, so sorry if I'm a little bit off today. But we're still going to look into the charts. We're still going to look at some of you guys' coins. We're still going to make sure we're on the ball, to be honest, guys, and we're not in like super panic mode when we don't need to be, right? So we'll go straight into trading view. And we can see 112k for the day. Let me go through the chat. What's up, Nino? What's up, Mohammed? You reckon we'll feel the wick? We're going to go through all of that today. It's always your friend's birthday. Yeah, October's like, I've got 3 friends' birthdays in October and my sister's birthday in October. So I think from next week we're chilling and we're back. We can be together all weekend, man, but I know what you mean. It is always my friend's birthday. All right, guys, let me turn the music down a little bit so we can look at this properly. Insane move yesterday. Right? And I'm going to give you guys some like macro hopium. What's up, Vega? What's up from NY? What time is it in NY? It must be pretty late. I'm going to give you guys all some macro hopium. Right, I'm going to chat with you guys for a little bit, then I'll go back through the chat. So yeah, leave me some likes on the video and all that sort of stuff, right? But we'll start with this macro hopium, okay? Bitcoin right now, and we're going to start with Bitcoin. We will look into alts as well, because alts was much worse, right? Bitcoin has now revisited this macro trend line, which it started in 2023. We'll get the date on exactly. I think this wick was lower, right? So it was actually in 2022 November. We entered a new uptrend after a monstrous bear market. Okay, so we had the wick high all the way to the low, 54 weeks. So everyone's saying, 52 weeks is exactly on the year, plus or standard deviation plus or minus 2 weeks for this one, right? Printed a new uptrend, and now you can see here at 26k, 40k, or 45k, 75k, and now 100k. We've come back down to retest this trend line, guys. Okay, so we're looking at the weekly for this one because the weekly is more powerful. And what I like to do in times like yesterday when we get these really bad moves, look at the weekly and the monthly. Okay, so with the monthly, still over the bull market support band. Where would my line of invalidation be? It would be if we started to get weekly and monthly candle closes. I can't speak today because I'm still so tired. If we got weekly and monthly candle closes below this yellow line, that's going to be kind of like hard invalidation for me, where I say, you know what, maybe the bull run's over. Maybe we need to start exiting our positions. And then when this flips bearish and then we start closing below it around like 86k, by that point, I keep looking up there because the camera's normally there. By that point, the bear market is probably in full effect by the time we're down here, and people won't really want to admit that. Okay, so for Bitcoin, I mean, I don't really like using like these things too much because it's just showing the current momentum in the market. But you can see we've been in extreme momentum, and we are in the final stages of the bull run, right? Look how overextended we are, guys. We're super bullish. This has been a super bullish trend for Bitcoin. So we need to make sure we're not getting weekly and monthly candle closes below this yellow line. All right. Ethereum. Come to Ethereum. We can go back to the weekly. I think I need to go to the log. I'm on the log. Or was it regular? It was log. On the log chart for Ethereum, I mean, you can look at this and you can say, right, well, we're already turning bearish. Cool. These things can change. What I like to see right now, and I said to my private community yesterday to go and watch Benjamin Cowen, and then like an hour later he started live streaming. So if any of you guys saw the live stream, I mean, it's going to be similar, like a similar thought to what he said yesterday. I've been posting the bull market support band, you know, in pretty much all of the live streams as well. So you're going to know that, you know, that was kind of my thesis, that this should be support. But another area I wanted to see support was this blue line, as we spoke about in the last live stream a couple of days ago. And then I would really like a reclaim of this yellow line, right? So I'm actually going to go to the daily for this one for Ethereum. And I think this is a true trend that we've been in since April, right? So April we started. And I think for Ethereum, we've just needed to climb the stairs, right? We've been in the range, climb the stairs. We can have downside deviation wicks off it. And I know yesterday's candle wick was pretty bad, but again, still resulted in a close at this previous range low. So now what we need to see is next week, like a pretty fast V-shaped recovery, at least back into this range at around 4K, at least, right? That's what I need to see. If we start having like daily candle closes and, you know, we just start going sideways, I don't think we're going to get that, right? I think it's more likely that if we start going sideways like this, end of October, it's more likely going to be like that. And everyone expecting, you know, the cycle to go into November, December, January, they're going to be blindsided, okay? So I'm really, really like high alert for Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. But with that being said, it doesn't mean that I've gone out and I've acted irrationally. Yesterday, I'm sure a lot of you guys, you know, I'm still human too. I'm not a fucking robot, right? Yesterday, I saw my portfolio and I said, what the actual hell? I called my friend and said, have you seen the portfolios? He was like, it's cool. We've been through this many times before. I was like, yeah, I know, but, you know, waking up from a nap and seeing your portfolio down that much is a shock to the system. And then I went for a walk, took some time out, and I said, you know what? These things happen. Okay, we're just back down at the bull market support band. And I actually picked up more ETH here today at around just under 3.8K. I picked up a little bit more ETH. Where's my hard invalidation going to be? If we start breaking below 3.4K, then I'm pretty just going to get out of that ETH that I just bought, right? So ETH is still holding up okay-ish, right? Still needs a little bit more up to go. But 3.8K, we didn't continue to roll over. I thought Asia was going to continue to roll over yesterday. Doesn't look like they did, right? And we'll get into the whole Asia conspiracy thing in a minute. But first, we need to go into Solana. Solana doesn't look so good. And I know there's going to be a lot of you Sol Maxis who don't want to hear that. But I think Solana looks like one of the worst ones at the moment, guys. And that's because on the weekly, we've lost this trendline support that we printed since the lows similar to Ethereum, right? We've lost it now. Draw a vertical line to say that's where it started because that was the wick low. And we're losing the bull market support band. So Solana really has a lot of work to do. 183 is the bottom of the bull market support band. 181 is where we are for the week. If we start to get confirmed candle closes for Solana outside of this, I don't know if Solana bull run's going to come back, guys. And something to bear in mind is if you look at this, I'm going to show you something kind of made me feel a bit spooked. Okay, that's Solana. Is this a reach? Right, a little bit different. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 before a massive drawdown. Okay, we saw it on Ethereum where we started to print our first weekly candle close below the bull market support band. Is it happening again? I don't know. But Solana's got a lot of work to do, guys. Okay, so again, for everybody, I'd love for Solana to go up more. Again, we bought like all the way down here. So for me, it doesn't matter. But I know for a lot of you guys, it does matter because you've been buying above $100. Okay, I can afford to sell some of my soul out. You know, if we get a weekly candle close, monthly candle close at like 170, I can afford to exit all my positions. But I know for a lot of you guys, you're not going to want to hear that. So that's something to keep an eye on for Sol. I'm going to go through the chat quickly as well now, and then we're going to go into the others chart. We're gonna look at BNB as well because I just think there's some shady shit going on. We're gonna look at Total Free as well, guys. All right, so let me go through the chat. What's up from Canada? There should be no music today. Is the music too loud? Let me know if you want me to turn it off, man. That's fine. It's just lo-fi anyway. We mourning the crash or celebrating the dip. Well, I kind of celebrated the ETH dip a little bit because it's allowed me to get back into another. Like, I longed this the first time up to here and then sold a lot of it. So I made a decent ETH trade. Myself and the members club, like, longed this, sold. Had a stop loss up here. So we actually got stopped out at 4.4k after scalping it. So we actually did manage to get our trades off. So we actually were like really lucky that we closed at 4.4k a couple of days ago, and then I'm going to re-enter again. Let's have a look. Mohammed, I think we might establish a range high, go sideways. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to see how it goes. I mean, what happens to the alts that put new lows? We'll look at those in a second, because to be honest, I think it's a load of BS that a lot of these alts, there's no way that Atom went down to 0 yesterday based on panic capitulation. Not happening. Black Swan, yeah, I think so. And I think everything will be fine until the chart has proven that it's not fine. Right now, it's a disgusting candle to look at. Nobody likes looking at these candles. But again, I always say you've got to wait for these confirmations. And it's funny because we like to kind of front run the decision. We like to just assume the worst or assume the best, right? And we say, well, no, look at this wick, it's all the way down here, it's the worst, you know, we need to get out now. We need to just wait, right? My years of being in the market has told me we need to wait. I used to make so many stupid decisions, and there's going to be a lot of people now, guys, that they've panic sold all of their bags last night just to watch it go back up today. They're going to buy in today, and it might even roll over on Monday, right? So don't be one of those people. Okay, the technicals were fucked. Yeah, what technicals were you talking about, Joe? Yeah, I don't look at charts for ICP anymore. The scammer can validate it. Yeah, I know. The thing is with ICP, I don't even know how to feel about ICP anymore, because that was actually insane. We'll look at all the individual coins in a second. So make sure all of you guys are leaving your coins that you want me to look at in the chat. We'll look at Sui for you, Cat, as well. Wildfire for you, Nino. That's fine. Atom on Coinbase only went to 2.9. Yeah, so look, Vega. So with Binance, man, I don't even know. Like, first of all, it's not CZ, because CZ is not the CEO anymore, right? He went to jail. He's not a CEO. He stepped down. Everyone keeps acting like he's a CEO. He's not. Yeah, he has a lot of influence on Binance still, but he's not, as much as you guys would like to, you know, think it. He's not pulling all the strings behind the scenes. It's a collective group of people who are pumping and dumping the markets, acting as market makers. It's not just one single person, guys. I made a tweet earlier today, like, to show Bogdanov. I'll show you guys quickly, actually. Just to, like, take the piss, to be honest. You know, just saying this is exactly what's going on. Where are we? Let's go over the trading view. I tweeted this earlier and I said, is this what's happening, right?
Temporary bottom, reversal.
This is what I feel like we're living in right now.
Pit and pay ta bull flag. Put him to sleep. Load the Korea food. Make him think it's the bottom. Drop off the volume. Dump it again.
Insane, you guys can't even see it. Or can you see it? No, you can see it. Do you know what I mean? Right? It's like, where the hell is my screen gone? I don't know what just happened there, guys.
Push sideways. Print 100 million Ether when it goes to sleep. Tempo on pit.
He's awake.
Load a dip. Sideways until he sleeps, then crash with the exact same Korea fund. Get Vitalik on the lane.
Master.
One pattern for 2 hours and then wake him up.
Okay.
Right, that's exactly what I feel like the market makers have been doing to us, guys. Okay, a lot of shady business has been going on. So, yeah, I don't even know about Binance anymore. It's a bit mad that they're the #1 exchange, and now they were pausing withdrawals and pausing buys. You can't even buy anything yesterday. You couldn't even buy the dip if your life depended on it. And I mean, look at BNB, right? BNB is one of the coins where we've just seen a massive reversal. This is most likely, if I could put money on it, gonna at least result to even or start to flip green again, right? I think BNB is gonna continue to go. It's crazy how all these other altcoins don't get the same love, right? It's a bit weird if you ask me that, you know, these are the strongest coins. But then also I think that the ones that have these wicks like this are going to be the ones that have, you know, the best bull runs to come, guys. So we need to have a look at that. So let's look into some of your altcoins as well, and then I'm going to go back into the others Bitcoin chart, back into the others chart, back into the total free. But I'll do some of your altcoins first to start. So again, leave your altcoins in the comments. I remember someone said Sui first, so we'll look at Sui actually. And it's weird, I kind of have to look at the Binance chart for all of these, don't I? 61 cent was my first ever Sui buy. I wasn't one of these guys who got Sui like all the way down here at a ridiculous price before it got Binance listing. But I still thought, you know, 60 cents, not bad, not bad. It's actually a decent price. And just get rid of all this fucking noise right now, guys, because there's no point even thinking about this right now. Look at that for a scam wick, man. That's an insane scam wick. You know, all the way from here, 84%. These things didn't happen. These things didn't, like, in the last bull run, if any of you guys were here, if you were here, leave me a little, I don't know, leave me a number 2 in the comments, right? Leave me a little emoji of the 2 if you guys were here in the last bull run. Because even in this COVID scam week, right, it took a really big, mass global pandemic to dump the price down that much, and then everyone panic selling into that wick, right? That's understandable. If you think that Trump tweeting that he's going to put 100% tariffs on China is going to result in altcoins dumping the way they did yesterday, then unfortunately, my friend, you are, I don't even want to be rude, but you're pretty fucked, to be honest, because you're going to believe anything. I'm not a massive conspiracy theorist, but I don't know. I think a lot of people get fooled into all of these narratives, and, you know, there's a narrative that you can assign to every single dump. But if you think that or Trump's announcement justifies this happening for the market, right? Nearly 10 billion being liquidated. I don't know. You're a slave to the narrative, unfortunately. So yeah, Sui. If you look at Sui, what we on the log chart or the regular chart? We'll go regular. All right. So if we go to the regular chart, probably more feasible to have a look at the regular chart. This is like a hopium thing, or, you know, if you wanted to use the candles, then you know, that's your second line of attack that you need to be getting back above. So it's not too bad, right? If you can hold this trend line, that's quite good. Then you'd want to be getting above $3 again. I think it was above $3 yesterday. If we go to the daily, it was somewhere up here. We might have to go to the 4-hourly chart. It was somewhere up here, right? So again, you've got to get above these bull market support bands. Get above $3 for Sui, okay? two, yeah. I'm sure a lot of you guys were here in the last bull run with me, man. And the one before as well, if you were here. I was like the end of the one before last. So I didn't really understand what was going on before. I just made a little bit of money, put 50 quid in, it was going up, and I was like, oh my god, I couldn't believe it. I'm going to be rich with crypto, lose it all, type thing. And even in the last one, I was pretty bad with like buying shit coins. That's why I've been pretty anti-shitcoin on the channel this cycle. What other coins do you want me to have a look at? I looked at Sui. We'll do ICP quickly. We'll do ADA as well. My goodness, what happened? Yeah, I know, Skill. It's crazy. It was a massacre last night. Up 133% in ETH. Well, did you get an ETH trade, Joy? What's up, Joy? Welcome back. Some exchanges API got effed last night. That's why we got this much of a low bit. It might be. I don't know, maybe, because it would make sense that we couldn't buy that low as well, right? I mean, if you look at ICP, that candle is making it like, oh my god, bro. I don't want to keep moving the goalposts for certain coins, but ICP is like starting to make me feel like, are we on our way to an eventual RIP for ICP? I don't know. But the fact that the whole market has done this, I can't really start, you know, I can't really start getting overly emotional about one specific coin. But it's gone back down to the all-time lows. The thing is, some people like to use wicks, some people discredit wicks. When it's a big liquidation event like yesterday, I don't really put too much weight into each coin's wick, what I'm going to be looking at now is the candle closes over the next daily charts and the weekly charts, and that's how I will analyze how each coin reacted to the dump, right? The coins that close with the shortest daily candles are going to be the strongest ones. They're going to be the ones that probably will reverse the quickest and then, you know, make the most gains if we do get alt start to appreciate again. The ones that close like all the way down, like I saw Casper looks really bad. It went down to like 1p yesterday. If that closes like at 2p tomorrow, then, you know, it's not going to be good. But ICP holding above $2.82, which is all-time low, and everyone was saying we're a new all-time low for ICP. Technically, yeah, but a lot of coins went to new all-time lows. So yeah, ICP, we need to get back above here, really, don't we? Or we're going to be trickling along back at all-time lows. Insane work, insane work. Let's have a look next. And what's up to everyone in the chat right now, man? We're going to just do a quick power hour. As I said, I've got to go out in a little bit, but I wanted to speak with all of you guys, go through some of our altcoin charts, go through Bitcoin, show you guys that, you know, while there's fear in the market, overall, we're doing okay for a recovery right now, right? We're doing okay. I don't want to get too ahead of myself because who knows, right? Everybody that was posting that October the 6th thing, they're creaming their pants right now, and they're like, I told you so. Shut up, right? Shut up. Anyone that posts that, shut up. We'll look at ADA. Delusional is the word. Wait, delusional for what? Am I being delusional about something? Money-wise was 20x bigger yesterday. I'm not keeping up with the chat enough, guys. Sorry. Ondo. Short in the market for now. Be careful short in the market, anyone. I said yesterday as well, be careful short in or long in. We'll look at Ondo as well. Short in or long in, because there's going to be such deviations to each side that the market makers, they're going to be looking at all the greedy people now, or not even the greedy people, right? All the people that want to make their money back from yesterday's move, that are going to now leverage trade again and not learn their lesson. They're going to be coming for you guys as well. They're going to be coming for your stop as well. So I wouldn't be surprised to see extreme volatility for a little while longer. Be careful. What the fuck happened? Isaac, you were late and then the market just crashed because you were late for a second time, bro. Oh, delusional is a word for those who see what happened. Yeah. If you didn't see it as an organized manipulation, yeah, that is delusional. Or you're just like a complete noob and you just have no idea, right? That's the way that I see it. Ada, god damn. This is one that actually really pisses me off, Ada. And not because it went down to 33 cents. Because it went down so close to my lowest buy price. And I wish I could have got this. I wish I could have got this, right? I don't know. I'm sure a lot of you guys, you watch Camel, right? I think he posted today saying like October the 16th is the date. He posted that on Twitter. If you guys don't follow Camel, go and follow Camel. I've put a lot of people into Camel. All right, let me go and show you guys. Where is it? Right. I don't know exactly why he posted this, but let's like move you guys over. I don't know if he sees something the same way that we see it. But do you guys know what happens around 16th of October, guys? It's the ETF decisions for altcoins. So, the conspiracy theorist in Lecks says they drove down these altcoins a bit more so that when the ETFs go live, they can, I don't know, they can get cheaper prices, or they can fear people out of buying the ETFs. I don't know. You guys can let me know your conspiracies, to be honest. But if I could have got ADA at 30 cents, man, that would have been... I would have been living the dream. I would have bought so much ADA. But ADA, still good. It's got its ETF decision literally in 5 days, right here. We're not going to forget that. And it's reclaimed this trendline support. So we're still technically coiling into the apex. We're still technically printing higher lows, which is insane, right? On the macro, if you just go to the weekly, it's very weird to see, right? All of these wicks just ran the stops, to be honest. You're going to be hearing a lot of people saying the same thing. You know, the wicks ran the stops, and they just did, right? So they caught a lot of people out. But yeah, I wish I could have got that for ADA. Still a decent buy price, to be honest, like 64 cents. tempted to buy a little bit more, but I want to see how the weekly candle closes. So I may buy some ADA as well next week. We'll look at Ondo as well. That's Aero. We'll go Aero in a second. Can you look at Pengu? Yeah, I can look at Pengu, bro, because Pengu was one of the... I think a lot of meme coins went down like, what, 80%? Pengu, I saw a tweet yesterday, and Pengu was down a ridiculous amount. And what is up to everybody in the chat? We're doing like record lives now. I mean, record live for how many viewers we've got. So please like the stream. I appreciate all of you guys. Leave me a comment to let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what coins you want me to look at, guys, okay? Leave me a comment. I appreciate everybody in the stream. We're going to try and make sure that we're just keeping a cool head, right? Not going to fill you with hopium. There may be some harsh truths here. But at the same time, you know, in these times, we just need to all kind of stick together. You guys put all your opinions in there as well. Let's hash it out in the comments. Aptos went down 84%. It went down more than that, my friend. Isaac just finished work. You was asleep. You're lucky you were asleep. I was asleep and missed a lot of these crashes, to be honest. When do you think alts will top now? I think alts are going to top in the same time frame. I think they can just have a massive reversal out of here. And everybody gets like, you know, you forget about these wicks. Look at Ondo. Ondo was back in the buy zone. Again, oh my God, I've just moved it. I wish I could have got Ondo in the buy zone. It went all the way down to 25 cents. Again, could you have really bought that? Probably not. But a 70-cent Ondo. We'll see how the week closes. Would like to close above the buy zone, to be honest. But a lot of the altcoins are going to show the same thing. I mean, on the MACD, you know, on the weekly looks like it's printing bearish, unfortunately. So we'll see how the weekly does resolve. The daily probably looks a little bit better, to be honest. Right, the daily looks like we could have a little bit more bearish momentum, but then result to an uptrend if we do just start to trickle across for Ondo and probably like for a lot of our other altcoins as well. So wouldn't really want to be going below this line here at like 60 cents, right? So if we can close above 60 cents, go back to 80 cents, that's going to be good for Ondo, to be honest. But yeah, a lot of altcoins lost their key support, to be honest. Do you trade commodities? Not really, to be honest. I was asleep as well. Yeah, I think a lot of you guys are asleep probably at the right time. Where are you guys watching from? I was in the UK and I had a little nap at like 7, and then I woke up at 11 p.m. and yeah, the massacre had already taken place. I'd missed it. I'd missed 103k. Camel finance of the Dalai Lama miracle. Yeah, I know. He was saying that. I think he was saying that about XRP today, wasn't he? I didn't watch his whole video, but you know, he was saying, you know, if we can get swift recoveries out of here. I was even expecting a pump up first, but you know, they really did run the stops, and that's crazy. Nearly all the way down to this lower trend line. Nearly all the way down. I don't think anyone would have expected that. So let's have a look to see what the order blocks are saying right now, because we actually haven't looked at the order blocks properly today. See where people are trying to step in. I use the order blocks a lot, guys, and unless it's a day like yesterday, then they usually are pretty useful, right? So you can see here there's a lot of buyers stepped in here. We've got more buyers stepping in here. So does that mean we're going to roll over like that for, wouldn't just be for XRP, but for a lot of altcoins before we start to go up to around $3 again? Potentially. So XRP is one. Top is in, bro. You think the top is in? If you think, also everybody like keeps telling me the top's in. So if you think the top's in, are you selling? Have you sold everything? Because if you think the top's in, then you should 100% not be in the market right now, right? So yeah, it's up to you what you think. Everyone can have their own opinions. I'm not going to get at you if you do think the top's in. I don't really, doesn't bother me, to be honest. But yeah, let me know if you think it's all over. Are you out of the market right now? And did you make some money? If you did, then that's fantastic. Shit time to buy, loading cheap ICP over the next week. You say shit time to buy, man, but I mean, yesterday when we were down here, I mean, everyone that was, you know, I saw Aero go below 80 cents yesterday. I wish I could have maybe picked some up a little bit more there, but yeah, who knows? We might get a rollover next week. You are right. But you say shit time to buy, however, at the same time, we're lower than what we were, like, for the past, well, since August or October. Yeah, August, sorry, right? So I'm sure a lot of people bought into here and wish they could have got prices back here before the move. So it's all about perspective, my friend. It's all about perspective. Watching from Croatia. What's up, Nina, from Croatia? Watching from the States as well, Lutz, North Carolina. What's up, bro? DCA down here. Yeah. Pengu. Oh, let's have a look at Pengu for you guys. Someone also said they wanted to look at another coin. We'll look at Doge as well in a second. World Liberty Finance. You know what? You guys said World Liberty Finance first. Let's have a look. World Liberty Finance USDT. Oh, sheesh. I personally, guys, I do not mess with any Trump coins. Never did, never will. Okay, you know, fucking when Trump came out, didn't buy it. Just knew that was a rug. And then when Melania came out, didn't buy it. Then what was the other one? Oh yeah, I think he did one more. Baron or something like that came out, didn't buy it. World Liberty Finance, didn't buy it. Not doing it. What is the point in me buying these coins? The only reason you'd buy these coins is you're speculating on Trump. And I feel like having exposure to US based cryptos is enough, if that makes sense. It's a bet, right? You could bet on XRP, you could bet on Cardano, you could bet on, I don't know, the list goes on, right? There's so many US based cryptos. I don't need to bet on Trump's pump and dump. But yeah, 7 cents. If there's any of you guys who hold World Liberty Finance in the comments, let me know. But yeah, I mean, it's not looking good for World Liberty Finance, to be honest. And I think a lot of these coins will result to zero in the bear market, right? They're gonna go lower than this in the bear market. So you really need to be getting above 15 cents again to then reclaim this and then hopefully have a bit of a bull run. But I'm not putting my hopes on it, to be honest, guys. I'm not doing the pump Trumps. Picking up ICP and Bitcoin. Yeah. Bitcoin, I mean, yeah, Bitcoin's pretty... The thing is with Bitcoin, right? At 112k, how much higher are we really going to go, you know? Unless this is your long-term stack, then I'm never ever going to say to you guys, don't buy Bitcoin ever, right? But realistically, you know, I'm thinking like 135k, I'm going to be like really thinking about getting out of a lot of the Bitcoin, right? 20%. So you're risking now buying the dip for 20%. So it's completely up to you what you do. And also, like, personally, again, I could be wrong. Personally, I think we got maximum 2 months left of the bull run. October, November, okay, 3 months left. December, maximum 3 months. 20% and 3 months-ish. The risk to reward buying now, I don't really see it that much, but each their own. Bitcoin most likely will be a lot higher than 100k in the future, so there's no problem with that, to be honest. And it's pretty better than buying alts, to be honest, but you know, the only alt I'm really looking at right now is ETH. So I just really want to be capturing some ETH here. Even if something disgusting happened and we did go down here to like 3k, then I probably would buy a bit more of ETH at 3k. And if we start to roll over, then it's pretty finished and I should probably get out. But yeah, you guys let me know. These are the 5-year holds. Yeah. That's good, bro. That's the same like with gold for me as well. Like I bought a load of gold, load of silver. And even though it's at all-time highs, I'm not selling any. What else are you guys looking to buy today? What other altcoins do you want me to look at? We'll look at Doge. Someone said, hell no, the top is not in. Vega don't think the top's in. Yeah, I'm pretty with you, to be honest. You know, I'm sure a lot of people thought the top was in when we saw the C word crash, when we saw FTX crash, right? So there's a lot of times where it felt like it was the top, shook everyone out, and then had a massive reversal. So we'll see. Dogecoin. Oh, look at that. What the hell? I wonder how much that cost them to put that on the chart. Jeez. Yeah, Dogecoin went all the way down to 9 cents. Okay, so from there up 100% from that low right now. But Dogecoin still holding up strong, to be honest. If there's a like Dogecoin and Pepe are the only two memes that I have like high exposure to, and so far Dogecoin's is still looking good, guys. Okay, so again, we look at the candle body closes. We don't stress too much about the wicks. I mean, the wicks are kind of giving you information of like how many people are stepping in to buy at these lower levels. Maybe people didn't expect it to go this low. The same with, I don't know, what was a coin that I think it was like Sui, right? Went down to like 50 cents, right? If Sui went down all the way to 50 cents, maybe people just didn't have buys in that low. They didn't have any orders in that low. Whether or not they got filled also is a different question. But yeah, Doge is looking good, to be honest. I wouldn't really stress about it. Still, you know, still nearly 20 cents. Not bad at all. Yeah, the wicks will be filled eventually, whether it's, yeah, now or the bear market. I would probably say the latter, to be honest. I wouldn't really expect them to have to be filled now. It'd be pretty ugly if they did get filled now, maybe over the next week. But you know, we'll see how the market reacts going into next week. At this point, if we don't have an extension, there's no altcoin season. Well, we'll see, man, because the thing is, these things can happen very violently, very quickly, right? So we'll look at others now. You guys can keep sending in your charts. We'll look at others. I'm going to get the BTCD as well. Broke out to the upside as well for the rising wedge. Oh. And wicking off the bull market support band. So really, we don't want it to go above here, to be honest, if we want alts to survive. But if we start from Bitcoin dominance, look how quickly it dropped. Right, even if we can just measure these moves here, yeah. Let's go from like here to here. 13 weeks, 11-ish weeks, 12 weeks, right? We just say 12 weeks. That's 3 months. You can measure the whole move from move, but then all of this is going to be chop as well. But to get the majority, like the major part of the last move, took 3 months, and like we said, we've got 3 months left. Approximately. First one took a bit longer, right? So I do think the alt windows are going to get shorter and shorter, and the reason I think they're going to get shorter and shorter is because I think it's going to be more difficult to navigate, right? Everybody thinks that it's going to last longer. I just think they're going to get a lot more difficult to navigate. Even when you do look at the pumps for others, right? I do think the others pumps, they're getting shallower and shorter in time. So it can happen. Again, not trying to fill you guys with hopium, but I think it can happen. And still with the others chart, I mean, it said that there's a blue line possibility that we could touch it. We did touch it. We went all the way down to 165 billion for the others chart, which is all of our altcoins, excluding the top 10, which, you know, a lot of us are going to be holding. And again, going into next week where we get some of our major altcoin decisions, we're going to find out whether or not we do pump, we do dump into these decisions. Again, you know, I'd expect a little bit more chop, but we're gonna, you know, we kind of need to see how the market opens, especially like the stock market, how that opens going into next week, right? So we'll see. Short Doge, not financial advice. 24 karat gold, 800 years ago. Damn, well done, Adam. That's sick. All the brokers trying to snipe 15%. Yeah. You guys are pretty big in the gold then. That's good. What's up, Lolly? What's up? How are you? Welcome to the live stream, Lolly. Sell once and recover. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so we need to just kind of buy more BTC in the bear market. I know a lot of you guys are like super bulls on ICP, but even for me, I mean, the main thing I'm trying to do is buy Bitcoin in the bear market. And yeah, ICP, I mean, the thing is, I know a lot of you guys are like super bulls on ICP, but when will your thesis be changed? Are you ever gonna not be perma bull? Right? Because even now, I have to look at this critically and I have to say, is ICP going to give us a price performance that we want? And it's not just to flip bear because there's a dump, but depending on where this weekly candle wick closes, we really need to act upon that. And that goes for all of our altcoins, guys. Okay? Something to bear in mind. Don't marry the bags. They say that all the time. Do not marry the bags. If ICP shows that it's going to lose key structure, and I mean, why would you continue to hold on to it, right? So, something to bear in mind. That's something I'm looking at with my Arbitrum bag as well, right? I bought so much Arbitrum, and then it went to 10 cents yesterday. So, I have to see again where this weekly candle wick closes. Is it going to close above my buy zone? Is it going to close below the buy zone? If it closes below, then it's not really looking good for the price of Arbitrum as well. Okay, so loads of things we need to kind of, you know, look at going into next week. Aero. Let's go and look at Aero. Log chart. Is it going to start to confirm a breakdown on the weekly? Again, if it does confirm the week down, then you better believe it's most likely coming back down to retest this. However, we did say there was a scenario in the last live stream for Aero and a few others that there could be a busted pattern. Who was here in the last live stream when we were talking about that, right? We said there's a possibility that before it does break out to the upside and go to $2, we could get a busted pattern, as that's what it likes to do quite a lot. revert back to the mean, and then pump up to around $2. And it looks like we're at the start of the busted pattern. Okay, so we said for a lot of altcoins that could be the case. If you were here in the last live stream and we were looking at those scenarios, let me know in the comments right now. But Aero, again, got a lot of work to do. If it is a busted pattern, then we need the next weekly candle to be like, whoop, like that. If not, then it'll be a rollover to like, 50, 60 cents for Aero. What time is it? I got an hour, guys. I got an hour to just skedaddle, to be honest. So I'm going to do my last little bits. I just wanted to go live with you guys today. Oh, it's not going to let me charge my laptop now. Yeah, I wanted to just go live with you guys today to keep in check with you. Make sure we're all keeping a cool head. Alright, we back? We're back. Okay, cool. So yeah, look guys, I mean, Bitcoin 112, ETH is at 3.8, right? We need to see how this weekly candle closes. So just remember, when you zoom out to the weekly, there's going to be narratives that you can assign with every single dump. Did I delete my last macro one that showed you guys all the narratives? There we go. We can update the narratives again. There we go. And then if we just put this to regular. Why is this being weird? Doesn't really matter, to be honest. Let's go like that. Cool. So yeah, just to remind you, look. Crazy all the narratives we had. German Mt. Gox. World War 3. US government selling. Tariff Mark 1. World War 3 episode 2. We're now on tariffs episode 2, guys. Right? Tariffs episode 2. They're probably all laughing at us like these idiots fall for it every time. And we do. Right? So what more do I need to say? Every single time we're at a critical level of support on the chart, there's a narrative to assign with it, guys. And who remembers who gives a flying F about the previous narratives? Not me, right? So yeah, I'm gonna probably end the live stream here today, guys, because I do need to get ready. I just wanted to make sure that I came in, I saw some of you guys, we had a little chat, look at some of our charts. Again, if you're new, you haven't subscribe to the channel, I'll make a little update for you guys tomorrow to see how we do close the week. I'll probably go live again tomorrow, so make sure you got your post noties on. But yeah, it's just a quick one from me to you. I hope everybody stays safe this weekend. Try not to act emotionally, and try not to like make any rash decisions, because that's going to be the thing that kind of kills your bull run. All right, so yeah, I appreciate everybody for jumping in the live. We'll go live again tomorrow and make sure that everything's cool. But yeah, enjoy your weekend, guys, as much as you can, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.